it can play out organically.
Hi,
Hi,
recording.
recording.
Hello.
All right, so little catch up for our good friend Payday. The group discovered a hidden passage that had a teleportation circle. A demon came out of it. The group killed the demon. A Grey Knight showed up. The Grey Knight activated the teleporter. The Grey Knight was eaten by a Chaos Spawn. The group killed the Chaos Spawn. M's character was given the Knight's Force Hammer and his Gene Seed, and is now a Psyker. End of recap. You're all stuck in a room.
Damn, that was a recap.
You are all currently in this very large, black, whatever the word for a 9-sided shape is. What is that like?
Nonahedron.
You're all in this like kind of black nonahedral cavern where there were a bunch of cultists who are now all dead. There's a giant chaos spawn, which may or may not be partially sitting on top of Payday. It's also dead, but
The spawn, not Payday.
the Payday's fine. Actually, the Grey Knight got Emperor rest his soul. Took like all the damage from the spawn, and then the spawn didn't hurt anybody else for the entire rest of the fight.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually crazy lucky. And then on top of that, you were all gifted with psychic barriers that turned out to not be needed. Because these cultists were woefully incompetent and could not land a lightning bolt to save their life.
I think we used one of them. I think one person.
Mine's still up.
Oh yeah, no, mine's
Actually,
They might be down now, but mine was.
yeah. The
up
Grey
through
Knight
whole
is
combat.
the Grey Knight is dead. The source of the psychic power is gone.
Yeah.
So
quick. Eat the gene seed. Get the barrier back up.
It's
I
one
would don't
just eat the
listen.
thing.
I'm fairly certain we concluded that a gene seed isn't like a senzu bean. Like you can't just eat it and gain power.
I'm not doing this again. Do not eat it.
oh yeah, it's yep. It's located in between a Space Marine's two hearts, like kind of plugged into both of them.
Okay, but
Yeah, she's just like fucking gored up to like literally her shoulder.
Lord.
Oh, there is one very important thing I need to say. Yui, all of your guns are out of ammo because I had to take the battery packs out of your las guns to power the mining laser.
Well, fuck.
Well, fuck.
You did do some massive damage, though.
Yeah, you did do crazy. If I hadn't have done that, this fucking chaos spawn would have eaten Payday for lunch.
If only I had actually been here.
You blacked out, buddy. It's okay. Rainick's gonna go round, by the way. And frisk all of these bodies, please and thank you.
Yeah. Actually, did you took electrical sucker. When you get a chance, Yui, you should look into Luminin Charge. It lets you charge batteries with your body. Anyways, okay, so cultists. How many? There were 18 cultists minus the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that turned into the chaos spawn. So, Rennick, you, give me a frisking pockets check.
I will roll for frisk.
I don't think we ever determined what that actually is. Just give me a fucking, I guess an intelligence check.
Okey-doke. Can I add something for being,
Yeah,
generally speaking,
you're
criminal?
pretty good at pocket frisking as scum. It's like kind of your day job. Go ahead and take a +10.
Thanks, buddy. That'll be one degree of success on the button.
Excellent. Okay, so you walk around the room while everyone else is reeling from the combat. You check everybody's pockets. You find 12 counts of ritual daggers,
Mm-hmm.
which use the stats of a combat knife, but they actually do 2 additional damage and have 2 armor piercing. So they're slightly better than regular knives.
Mm-hmm.
And you find, let me /roll 12, no, 24d10 plus, plus 60. You find 198 gelt in spare change between all the bodies.
Thank you. That will go with whatever Em wrote down last time, like 78 fucking guns or something stupid. It wasn't that high. It was big though.
Yeah, so currently, if I remember our loot correctly, we should have now 12 ritual daggers, 9 auto pistols.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm trying to find. Could I have could somebody with control of the server make me a channel real quick for keeping track of loot in?
You should be able to make the channel, but
I can create a channel.
that's weird. You don't have that power, really? I got it.
do.
I'll be honest. I didn't even try before I asked. It's not my server,
Hey,
so. All right, we are going to call this Space Pirate. Actually, hold on. This is Acolyte Loot Pile. Save changes. So we've currently got 12 ritual daggers, which are just knife plus 2 damage plus 2 AP. We have 9 auto pistols, 198 gelt. There we go. Are you divvying the gelt up, or are you just gonna try and pocket that?
We'll divvy that up.
Alright, so that is 198 divided by, there's 6 of you, right?
If you try to pay Payday, he just shakes his head and says no.
Oh, there's actually oh no, it is 6, right? Because Payday doesn't take a share.
Yeah.
That is 33 gelt each.
Like,
And then we'll sell the rest.
yup.
Should we each take one of those daggers? I don't know if those are useful.
Doubled my guilt score.
But
by
they
the way.
are better than most probably of the daggers or knives that we currently have.
I already have 2 knives.
Don't you want more?
Well, at this rate, I'll have enough that I won't have to worry about throwing them.
It's +2 damage, so it's 1d5 +2, right?
Yes.
I'll take one.
Yeah,
Take one.
Ishta,
Mm-hmm.
as a cleric, I'm going to give this one to you for free. These knives are technically contraband. Also, Atella, as an Arbites, these knives are contraband.
Well, that's fine. Then we'll make sure they get to the proper place.
What
What,
can I do to steal one before they get thrown into the furnace that's just spawned
We
in?
know there's 12.
Maybe
No,
we're old and
Rennick,
can't
no.
go.
Holt, Rennick knows there's 12.
Yeah.
I
Al,
well, yeah.
if you would like to discreetly acquire one from Rennick, I would need you and Rennick to both make for me. I was literally just looking at the skill.
No, buddy. What you need to understand is what's about to go down is Rennick's going to open his fucking coat like the man selling sundials in Hercules and go, "You want to buy a knife?"
Okay, I'm gonna need Rennick to make sleight of hand, and Yarrick, I will need you. I guess just an unskilled agility test.
Alright. I was gonna say, I don't have sleight of hand on my sheet.
Yeah, sleight of
No,
hand
it's a
is an
special
advanced
skill.
skill.
Do I have a modifier?
No, but I'm gonna let you use your full agility bonus, even though it should be halved right now.
Swag.
Do I get to modifier for being a generally criminal piece of shit?
No, because this is a skill,
criminal
and you would
skill.
already have the bonus.
Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh howdy!
Okay, Al,
Yeah.
you do manage to acquire, without anyone noticing, one of these ritual knives. Rennick, as you are attempting to palm this knife to Yarrick, you trip in some of the slick blood on the floor, fall, and all of the hidden goodies you've stolen fall out of your coat.
Ah.
That's pretty much just knives and pistols right now, so that's fine.
And I knew about the pistols. I'm
And
the
you
one who
knew
told
about
you to collect the pistols.
No, and the goes, the minute goes, well, that makes sharing easier, I guess.
You know what I mean?
I mean, he's gonna share them anyway, buddy. He is, however, going to attempt to roll. As he rolls to get up, he is going to attempt to palm one of the daggers for himself.
Alright, make another sleight of hand for me. Anybody who would like to can make an awareness test against this sleight of hand.
Before Ishta digs a square-shaped hole in the corner of the room, pulls out a glowing bucket, upends a thing of lava into it, and starts chucking the knives in.
No. Ooh, close though.
So, be clear.
Attila?
As someone who doesn't really understand the lore, what is it about these daggers that makes them heretical?
A heretic touched them.
So once we get out of this place and no one knows who's touched it, it's not like, hey, I'm a heresy dagger. What up, buddy?
Well, also, they don't look like regular knives manufactured in a god-fearing Imperium Manufactorum.
So they just look edgy as fuck.
Yes. Well,
Ah,
actually, I should be more clear. They look edgy, but in the wrong way, because Imperium stuff already looks edgy. Like, it's all about skulls and Aquilas and all kinds of generally kind of pseudo-fascist imagery. These look edgy in like a 12-year-old DeviantArt OC way.
The worst part is I knew exactly what that meant. Yeah, no, thanks, buddy. I'll take that.
Did DeviantArt OCs regularly carry knives around?
Oh my god, so often. Yeah.
I missed that phase because by the time I was looking at DeviantArt, it was like Jeff the Killer and Slender Man, so no one had knives other than like big kitchen knives. They just kind of waddled around going, "I'm crazy, I'm insane."
Yeah, you know, I will admit, in after 2011, the quality of nonsense on DeviantArt took a sharp downturn. You just don't get good old-fashioned bullshit on DeviantArt anymore. It's all just inflation fetishism and My Little Pony stuff. Don't go on DeviantArt. It's a bad place.
This is the bad place.
No, you're not the...
Bye.
Any... Yeah, scroll. Tell me when you find the first inflation thing. Really isn't. It
This
really
is like,
isn't.
when the guys go out like, oh, I don't agree with TikTok because all you see is like teenage girls dancing. It's like, no, buddy. All you see is,
Listen,
okay.
if DeviantArt has an algorithm, it is showing me wildly unnecessary things, because the only things I interact with on DeviantArt is old Alien fanfiction, which does not involve anything even near inflation fetishism.
Yeah, they have to involve deflation fetishism. Those aliens are so skinny.
Anyways,
Walking right in and popping them like a balloon.
this is gonna be a crazy episode for anybody who accidentally stumbles into this unlisted YouTube series.
I think it's pretty par for the course, I won't lie.
What is everyone else doing while Rennick trips and spills fucking a small army's worth of small arms on the ground?
I will be praying over do I know the last rites for Space Marines?
Not for Grey Knights.
I do my best then.
Yeah, hold on, what kind of world are you from?
I believe an Imperial world.
Yeah, okay. You actually, as you're from an Imperial world, that gives you like a weird -5 to Forbidden Lores, right?
Not the Imperial. Yes.
Okay, you actually, you don't know the last rites for Space Marines, because you don't know the last rites because, and this is important, while you Ishna do hold immense respect for what they do, they actually follow a slightly different version of the religion of the Imperial Creed, and so you've never bothered to learn their last rites. This is actually like an important thing, like lore wise, for your character in Space Marines. The Ecclesiarchy disavows Space Marines religiously because Space Marines do not actually follow the Imperial Creed because they are, in a way, descendants of the Emperor. They don't fully consider him a god the way the public does.
Well, I do my best. And I give him the best, my version of last rites.
Yeah, you stand over him, praying as his body sizzles and begins to decompose.
Is the sizzling decomposition because of the praying, or just something he was doing anyway?
It's just something he was doing anyways.
Oh, okay.
I should also be clear, last session when I said he begins to, like, melt, it's not fast. It's still going to take, like, days for his body to fully liquefy, but it's way faster than it would happen to a human.
Is his body liquefying inside his armor, or is his armor and stuff also liquefying?
Well, it's kind of spilling out of his armor because he's been ripped in half.
Is it still possible for me to loot him while his last rites are being read?
Do they have personal possessions?
You, Yarrick.
Ammo?
You, Yarrick,
Yes.
could take his, if you wanted to, you could take his personal combat weapon, his Space Marine combat knife, and his Storm Bolter, but his power armor is too heavy to move without like assistance.
Cool.
Even
I will take everything off of his body that can be feasibly taken off of his body.
Sure. So you have a Storm Bolter. It's standard issue, same as what it is in the book. You will find the details for how Storm Bolters work on page 133 in your PDF. And you get a Grey Knight. You get a Grey Knight close combat knife, which is a regular combat knife, but it deals 3 extra damage and has AP. Also has AP 2.
Oh, okay. So instead of 1d5 plus 2, it's 1d5 plus 3.
Yes, but it is also sized for a Grey Knight, so it's less a knife in your hands and more of a short sword.
That's fine. So, and it has pen too.
Yes.
Swag.
Yarick, Al, you mentioned that Yarick might be feeling a slight bit dishonored from this fight.
Yeah.
Do you want that to be reflected mechanically?
Fuck yeah, go for it.
All right. Yarick, I need you to make a willpower test.
Woo!
As the weight of your shame comes crashing down on your shoulders. Before you roll this, I'm going to tell you how this is going to work.
Okay.
If you succeed the willpower test, you will strengthen your resolve, and in the eyes of your ancestor spirits, you will continue the mission.
Mm-hmm.
If you fail, and you get 4 or fewer degrees of failure, you will have to perform penance of some sort when you get out of this dungeon. If you fail by 5 or more, Yarick will die.
Yay! Okay, let's go. No modifier, right?
No modifier.
1.7!
Your resolve is strengthened. Your determination is steel.
Do I write that down anywhere or just feel warm fuzzies?
You feel warm fuzzies.
Yay! I didn't make a character, so that's fine.
From an outside perspective for everybody else, what that looked like was Yarick picked up this Space Marine's knife and just kind of stood there staring at it for like a full minute before sheathing it.
Yeah, also you can't see Eric's facial expressions because she's wearing a mask, so it was just her staring at the knife and then getting back up.
Mm-hmm.
Have fun figuring out what that was about.
Payday, you know what that was. You know. Because if I recall, the two of you are actually from the same planet.
Oh my god, we are?
I think so.
I think it's possible too, yeah.
So Payday is actually familiar with the expectations placed on warriors from your people.
Mm-hmm.
Did they get off planet?
Payday was conscripted into the guard. I think Payday is actually a few years older than you.
Maybe.
Does Payday have a listed age?
I don't remember. Let me look.
You just wrote warrior.
No, because that was what was on there. Hold on.
Age warrior.
I don't think it would be hard because Yarrick's only 21.
I'm a rite of office, some weird planet-born cultural ritual, and just go about my day.
Go about my day.
I just ignore it entirely.
Just like past and just like a bunch of like bars scrolling to completion, just like bing, 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 bing. Weird cultural shit. And then a big flashing arrow just saying, move along.
Move on. Speaking of which, are there any? Maybe I've forgotten the full description of this place, but are there any sort of like electrical panels or machines or anything kicking around this place?
If you want to pull up your auspex and make a tech use check at +10, you may.
Scanning. Beep, 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 beep.
Yeah,
Scan
actually,
complete.
there are. According to your auspex, you're in the city right now. The room you're in is at the very tippy top of one of Hightown of is it Hightown? What did I fucking call it? You're at the very tippy top of one of the spires that make up the upper spires of Ultantix City.
Would be the riches.
I will relay that information to the group.
Wait, I'm confused. Didn't we have to drive from like?
Yeah, we did, buddy, but we went through that teleporter.
I forgot what to tell them.
They were literally doing this in the middle of town, on top of town.
Didn't we leave a guy in the car again? Are we gonna get back?
Yes.
It's gonna be like a skeleton. It's like if
Yeah, you guys totally fucking did. That guy's dead. That guy's...
the town's
this-
abandoned.
No, you guys drove to the mine where there were two gangs fighting over it. That guy's dead. Like, the ceasefire...
People aren't gonna want to drive us anywhere anymore.
The ceasefire ended, and they pulled him out of that car, and they fucking tore him to pieces.
Oh, well, that's not my fault.
Nothing we can do about it.
These god drivers, they die so easily.
So, Payday, go ahead and roll 1d10 plus 15.
Yeah, I legit forgot to roll it. That's what happened there.
So is that the second or third driver we've got killed?
That's the second driver in 1 week.
I killed the first one.
Yeah. That is the second driver this week that you have gotten killed.
They should let me drive.
In the 1 week you've been on the planet. Okay, so Payday is younger than Yarick.
Wild that I rolled a 2 on that.
Wild that you rolled a 2 on that. Statistically...
Wait, how old is Payday?
Payday is 17.
Oh, God. Starting a child around with a bomb collar on their neck.
This child is the second most dangerous person in this group. Tied with Yarick behind Yui. What was that, Al?
Yeah, because they have a bomb on their neck.
Because they have a bomb on them and the explosion occurred.
What came first, the badassness or the bomb?
Well, considering where Yarick and Payday grew up, probably the badassness.
Fair.
Again, Yarick and Payday were cavemen, essentially.
Not incorrect.
Alright,
Presumably.
Oh, yeah, so we,
If we're in the middle of town, these motherfuckers got into this room somehow. Presumably not by traveling all the way out of town just to teleport back in.
I mean, if you were trying to hide a cult.
I mean, sure, but I bet we could, like...
What a great alibi is being out of town. I have a question.
Yes, what is your question?
Let's see here. So, if we're actually in the middle of town, Shouldn't our communication device work?
In theory. Hi, Rob.
I'm
Welcome back to the
I came
game.
back. Hello.
Rob, add 33 gelt to your character sheet.
Thank you. What happened?
We
Nothing.
raided some bodies.
Why did
Rennick
why did we have traitor gifts in the thing?
Oh, don't.
Oh,
It's
that wasn't
Oh.
anything about the game. We were
Don't
talking
worry.
about how you pronounce the word Diplodocus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's as stupid as it sounds. Yeah, no, beep, 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 and then the connection snaps into place, and you hear like gunfire, last fire, a distant explosion, and then the Sergeant Epsilon is like, "Trooper, where are you?" The Grey Knight died?
Jesus.
Raynick in the background
It
goes,
was
tell him he told you to. Like, make that very clear.
What did you find that could kill a Grey Knight?
Demon.
Meat. Meat.
Can you describe it?
Meat. Meat.
Meat.
Meat spell.
Here, I'll get rid of the X for you.
It used to be multiple people. Tell him it used to be multiple people.
Meat devil.
Sounds like a spawn. Did it kill anyone else?
No.
That is strikingly lucky for all of you. Anyways, I found your driver and your car, and also all of these gang members you didn't kill. Well, they're not letting us in.
well then kill them.
Yeah, no, yes. We were likely going to kill them on the way out, to be fair.
We got told not to start any beef. We got told not to start any beef, not to start any trouble. That we didn't have to. He was very clear that we had to behave ourselves. So technically, he should be proud of us right now. And I'm waiting on my danger pay.
Oh, so this is you in character.
Yeah.
Yes, it would also appear that we've been teleported. We thought it would be to a ship or somewhere strange, but we seem to be in one of the spires in the city.
Go look for a door. Yarrick's gonna go look for a door. Yarrick is bored with this phone conversation.
Yarrick, give me an awareness test. You can like visibly hear the sergeant kind of perk up a little bit at that, and it's just like, your tech priest, connect his aspects to the device.
If you say so.
Dear. Thank you.
Oi,
Connecting. Beep boop.
you, Cog, come here. And you hear the distant sound of like augmetic limbs shuffling over, and there's like a zzz sound as he plugs someone into his end of the connection. And Yui, like a data, like a set of data streams just rolls down your auspex, copying all the data off of it, transferring it through the comms device to the other tech priest. And then the sergeant comes back on and says, "All right, we've got your location. We're gonna pack up and we're gonna pack up. Try and get out yourself, but if you can't, we should be there in. How long is it gonna take to kill all these people? About 4 hours."
Watch out for town is cursed.
I think we found the curse, Yarrick. It was this.
Yarrick just gives you a look.
I can't tell that you're giving me a look. What are you? This is the mask, Yarrick. I have no idea.
Yarrick just keeps staring at you.
Yes.
Yarrick, you are currently searching the room.
Yarrick can stop to stare at this evil old lady.
I am not old.
Because the driver would probably send up a distress signal like, hey, I'm being mauled by road warriors.
I think what happened, if my guess would be, when we were like, hey, yo, shit's gotten really weird, they sent the knight ahead while they came by more traditional means to back us up.
Which would explain why she sounded offended by the fact that we weren't there.
That is, in fact, what happened.
Yay! Did I
Also,
find I rolled 2.5.
Yeah, no, Yarrick, you get bored of this conversation because it's not important to you personally, and it doesn't involve being asked to kill anybody, the two things that you care about. And you wander off and you start like kind of searching through the room, and it's a big room, so it takes you like 20-30 minutes, but eventually you find a section of the floor. I'm just gonna draw this freehand real quick. We're gonna call this black and gray. You find a section of the floor right here. That is that when you push northwest or northwest side, it's not a corner, that when you push down on it very lightly, it pops up and is a trapdoor.
Door.
I told you, they weren't all driving out of town to come back in. People are just too fucking lazy.
I'm imagining the fucking noise that T just made as Ishta having fully fallen asleep, and Yarrick just being like, door, and Ishta going, ah! Are there stairs?
It's actually like it is a door, but it doesn't lead to a staircase. It leads to like a 5 meter by 5 meter lift.
Oh. Yarrick just climbs down.
Yeah, no, I'll go too. But just for reference, Reinik is essentially where like if the lift doors open, immediately to the right, like tucked in the corner, is where Raynick is, and he has reloaded his guns.
Yeah.
Yorick has her sword out for all the good it will ever do her.
I
Yeah,
mean, you
it's
could use
just
your,
reloaded.
Do you want to
could use
buy
your.
a pistol?
I assume everybody who can reload their guns has reloaded their guns. All right. You all. Just gonna move back to the this page. You all climb down into the lift. There's only a single button on this lift. You guys are actually like up here right now, like
Jesus.
right there at the tippy top of that spire. You don't need to move the tokens at the bottom. Those are just there in case you guys get into a fight while walking around.
Oh, okay.
The small Rennick token is the group.
Gotcha.
I'm sorry, did someone say they pushed the button? You push the button, and the lift begins to descend.
Made the boop noise and everything.
And it descends.
Not a necessity,
And
just
it
a tradition.
descends.
I think it really helps, buddy. I think
And
it
it
goes
descends.
faster when you make the boop noise.
And it descends. And it descends.
I think it might be going down, guys. It's going down.
And it descends.
I will take this opportunity to BRB. We'll be back with more UE316 after these important messages.
And it descends. And after almost a full hour, the doors open, and you are in. The front door opens into what, to your knowledge, looks like a maintenance closet.
Yorick will step out and try and like sneakily poke her head out the maintenance closet, see where we're emerging into.
Sure. Go ahead and give me
Unseen movement or whatever.
yeah, silent move.
Wow. I have a 41.
Do that.
I don't know. This game hates me specifically, I think.
Are you gonna keep it
because...
or?
No. Try again. Better not be worse. Well, I still failed. Great.
Yarick, you step deftly around the clutter on the floor in this maintenance closet, dodging haphazardly placed cleaning equipment and improperly stored construction tools. And you get to the door, and you press your ear up to the door, and you think it's pretty quiet, and then you open the door and accidentally knock over a guy who was leaning against the door asleep.
Cool. I attack him immediately.
Cleaning
okay.
crew.
Sure, go ahead and roll attack with your sword.
Yeah. I'm just gonna assume.
He's asleep and he was asleep and on the ground. Take a +30 to this attack.
Sure. Half aim. Sure. I got a +30 to that attack and I still rolled 0.2. What the hell?
But you hit. So,
I did.
Go ahead and roll damage.
You murdered that janitor.
Fucking no witnesses.
You open the door, this guy startles awake, falls forward, and then, like lightning, you are on top of him, sword thrust down into his back, pinning him to the ground, and he is, the air is forced out of his lungs by the shock of the stab, and he dies choking on his own blood.
It was 2 days from retirement.
Yarrick looks back at the others and then just moves forward into the hallway.
Yarrick, you stalk through the hallway, and you go ahead and give me a common lore Imperium check as you stalk through these halls.
1.8.
Hey, Yarrick, you recognize the layout of these halls from the schematics you requested during your downtime last week.
Mm-hmm.
And you know that you are inside either a Planetary Defense Force barracks
Mm-hmm.
or a scribe's office. Based on the man you just killed, you're leaning towards scribes.
Well, that's fine.
Is anybody else following Yarrick?
I'm following.
Yep.
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 I'm sorry, I was defragmenting for a moment. What just happened?
Yarrick murdered a janitor.
Scribe.
He was a janitor.
So nothing out of the unusual. Okay.
Nothing out of the unusual. The rest
Actually, it's pretty unusual. Yarrick actually managed to successfully murder someone. Thank you very much.
Now hold on. Every time Yarrick has done a sneak attack, Yarrick has succeeded.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but like a good portion of those times was when I was not here.
Yeah.
Or is Yarrick the problem, or is Al pressing the button to roll the problem?
Like I'm saying, I think this game hates me specifically.
I'm sorry, Al. Are the rest of you trying to be sneaky, or is it just Yarrick?
I don't know if I even have the capability to be sneaky.
Yeah, can Payday even try? Like,
Well, you're all move silently is a basic skill, so you're all allowed to try. You're just not very likely to succeed.
Harley, can I roll my fail now, or?
Anybody trying to move sneakily may roll move silently.
Do we get any modifiers because the janitor is dead?
No.
Don't be discouraged by Harley's wording that you're not very likely to succeed. I have a 41 and I failed, so clearly the numbers don't matter.
I can't believe that I passed.
I can't believe that I passed. Fucking.
The numbers don't lie.
I'll press the button for the meme.
Aren't you like a aren't you
only one
Jesus fucking Christ.
That
Wait,
sounds
hold
right.
up. Hold up. Rennick doesn't have move silent?
No.
Oh, right. Rennick uses a stummer.
Yeah.
I forgot. Okay.
Rennick has relied too much on technology to get by.
Damn thing runs for 20 minutes and we fucking hustled.
Alright, so Yarrick, you're stalking through these halls, and to your surprise, Argyle is managing to keep pace with you and not alert anybody, which is really saying something because Argyle is 80% metal. And generally speaking, when he moves, it sounds like a fucking suit of armor is being pressed through a meat grinder.
I downloaded a sneaking program before this.
We are sneaking through a corridor together.
And then behind you all, attempting to be sneaky, but just...
It's been a very tough day, okay? We're a little distracted.
Rennick is so used to sneaking with a stummer that he has forgotten that his boots make noise. Yui is still reeling from the effects of staring into whatever that weird hallway was. Ishta has just dropped her glasses, and they hit the ground at just the right angle to explode.
Damn it!
Damn it! Fucking Atella is trying to figure out how the fuck you walk quietly while you have an 8-foot-long battle hammer. She gives
I was
up.
gonna say, is she dragging it like right behind?
Like I want to be clear. There's no like good way to carry this hammer because it's sized for a Grey Knight, and Atella is like a normal human woman. So like no matter how she carries it, like one or more bits is always going to be hitting like the wall or the floor or the ceiling.
That's actually her class, normal human woman.
Normal human woman. And Payday has a beeping bomb collar on.
Yeah.
Realistically speaking, actually, I should have given Payday a negative to this check.
Yeah. Yeah, most likely.
You should have.
Payday just goes into their usual. I'm pretending to be Reddick's guardsman.
Payday stuffed a whole bunch of socks. Payday stuffed a whole bunch of socks into the neck of the device, so now it's just going.
Like it beeps and it blinks.
It's being drowned out by the noise of Rennick's boots.
But despite all of that, despite all of the noise the group is making, no one notices you walking through the halls of this scribe's office until you reach the main atrium, where you find that there's literally, like, rows upon rows upon rows upon rows of people whose cubicles are also stacked on top of each other. 4 or 5 cubicles high of just scribes clickety-clacketing away, making just a cacophonous, endless series of clicking noises. And you realize that there was no chance anyone was going to hear you anyways, because this is the driving force of bureaucracy in the galaxy, which is 400 people per room, endlessly typing out records on paper.
I'm surprised they're allowed to type. Do they get their fingers cut off every so often by a band of tech priests just being like, heresy is bad, all hail the king?
Oh no, these are typewriters, not computers.
Oh yeah, I know. It has a keyboard though. It's kind of heretical.
Kind of heretical. No, but there are floating like servo skulls that very obviously are just a form of surveillance. Like they're there, and at one point you watch one float over to someone in a cubicle, and you hear a voice come out of it, and it says, "Scribe 2275 8B, you missed your quota for the 3rd day in a row. You are being recycled. Please report to floor 96.
You are being recycled, and then we just hear the sound of a fucking what's the hell dimension that lives in American sinks?
You mean the
Yeah.
garbage?
We hear the sound of a garbage
disposal. No, like as soon as the fucking Servo Skull says that, the fucking scribe gets up and is like, "Ugh, yes, sir," and just fucking walks out of the room and walks out, and immediately outside of the scribe's office, you see that there is a queue for whatever the recycle is on floor 97.
Does that make Yui and I feel any type of way?
I mean, yeah, you guys are gonna, the tech priests are gonna get a new servitor soon.
Oh, I guess excitement is the
Yeah,
correct.
the excitement is the
It's-
correct feeling for you two.
Okay.
It's the
Morning, if
it's
you
the
want.
only excitement I could draw from it. Outside of that, I'd see this as one of the most inefficient uses of the Imperium's time. It's just being in this place makes what's left of my flesh crawl.
And as soon as that scribe steps out and joins the queue to be recycled, which I cannot stress enough is just literally a line to be killed and resurrected as a cyborg zombie, another scribe walks in and takes his place, like almost immediately.
I want to know if any of the tech priests are currently like measuring, like sneak on over to that scribe who just joined the queue and are like measuring up his head with those little rulers that kind of look like pincers.
No, there are no tech priests here, besides Yui and Argyle.
Then. That's what I was asking.
Besides Yui and Argyle.
Can you imagine successfully passing the interview for this job and being like, "So when do I start?" And they're just like, "Well, that depends on how Jeff does on Wednesday."
That depends on how Jeff.
You were using your robot voice. Was that in character?
Yes.
You know what? Yes.
Yes, that depends on how Jeff does on Wednesday. You know, if there's one thing to be said about being a tech priest, you have job security. Your instructions were to find a way out of where you were and or wait to be rescued. Yeah.
I think we just make sure we know where we are when we get out so they can come in and do what they do best with all of the presumable heresy. Or they just didn't notice a bunch of fucking cultists going up and down to like the 27th floor every day, which seems weird.
Clear here. It's entirely possible these scribes would not notice. These scribes still haven't even noticed that you guys are here. And you've been standing in the middle of this room for like 10 minutes now.
Also,
You know what, that's fine.
dragging around a giant metal axe.
It's a hammer. Yeah, it's just a door right out to the street.
Walk right on out.
Yeah.
Attila, you leave the scribe's office. You look to your left. You see the queue to get servitorized. What was that, Al?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, sorry.
Oop.
I'm getting too loud again. I'm getting picked up by M's mic. Or someone. I'm echoing off something. But Attila, you look to the left. You see the queue that like to get turned into a servitor. It stretches like 800 meters down the block to what is very obviously an elevator to a different level of the city. And then you look to your right, and there's a different queue of people wearing scribes' robes, very obviously waiting to be called in. It's a Scrivener's Guild. Like a wave, you just get like a wave of, oh my, oh, Emperor, protect us. I've been sitting here for a month. We're being moved. And then like 90, like most of the crowd just kind of wanders off down the road. One of the scribes does step forward though and offers you a quick salute and says, "I know what floor we're on, ma'am. This is floor 58 of the Middle Cities. This is Scrivener Office 23H." 58 of the Middle Cities. 58 of the Middle Cities. 179 overall. I really appreciate it, ma'am.
All of you recycled.
In the distance, you hear like a fucking ah, and the whole crowd turns around and starts coming back.
No, wait, go back.
I don't understand what's going on. Why?
Neither does anyone else. You're dismissed. Go away.
Well, are we dismissed or are we being? Are we being?
You got some questions and you will be recycled.
The crowd disperses quickly. Your scribe is still standing. You have not specifically dismissed him yet.
Yarick slowly
to-
pockets her pistol that she was about to start firing into the crowd to get them to leave.
I would like to go over to that scribe's terminal and use it and my presumable mechanicus / inquisitorial authority to officially give all of them the day off.
This wasn't a scribe at work. This was a scribe waiting to be put to work.
Okay. Then I'll use any nearby terminal to officially give all of them the day off.
Yeah, problem.
They've been off for months.
Yeah, these
Well,
aren't scribes with jobs, Yui. These are scribes waiting for other scribes to die so they can have a job.
I see.
Right.
Do we need a
all
scribe?
jobs.
Would that be helpful for us?
It would definitely make acquiring equipment easier because a scribe would know how to fill out the proper paperwork for requisitions.
Should we take this one with us?
Argyle goes over to the scribe and just starts like touching his face and just goes, friend.
The scribe who is still standing at attention is like, hello, I'm Phil.
Now we gotta take him.
You can't see Yarek's face, but the look of disgust doesn't need a face. She's just radiating yuck waves.
Hi,
I'm sorry
Argyle.
about this, Phil. It happens sometimes and it's disgusting.
Do not make this man drive for us. We don't even know if he
Don't
can
know.
drive.
He's gonna do requisitions for.
Oh.
as much as I would as much as I appreciate the officer, or the offer, ma'am, I am, according to Scrivener Guild code 1293-8A, I am required to report to my place of work at 0600 hours every day from now until my natural death.
This is so out of game. But the Inquisition, we can just bloop, right? You're ours now.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
you can just fucking pull out your junior rosette and be like, you work for us now, and no one can touch Phil.
Do it. Save Phil. We'll save one man on this.
I don't think we're gonna save him, but you know.
We'll save one man on this mission.
No, we will just prolong his imminent demise. But
Well, we just leave him back at the office, and he's just constantly doing our requisitions and all of our paperwork.
yeah, which I like that. I like that
We
a
don't
lot.
have to. We're not bringing him on missions,
We're not
but he's
bringing-
there for, like, you know, doing all of the clerical work that we don't want to do.
Before you say anything, you didn't think it was possible, but he stands up even straighter.
Yorick's yuck waves get stronger. This guy is so pathetic, and it's really upsetting her.
I am honored to serve. Okay.
I have a job. I have a job for our scribe for the first mission.
What's the
Can
job?
Can he make us business cards?
I cannot stress this enough. You are a clandestine cell. You are a secret organization, and you want business cards?
Hey,
Dress for the
even the
Dress for the job
CIA
you
have
want,
business
Harley.
cards.
What was that?
Dress for
Rob?
the job. Dress for the job you want, Harley.
Listen, the business cards don't need to say anything other than our names on them.
Phil says, I don't have access to the appropriate augmetics currently to produce anything on the fly. I would need access to a terminal.
Don't worry about it, Philip.
Also, important to note, when he says augmetics, there are absolutely, like, full body, like, replacements for people's, like, rib cage that allows them to mount a terminal on their own chest
Oh,
to do
God.
scribe work on the go.
Just in case you want to
How horrifying.
You want to caress your titties and get some fucking work done at the same time.
It's just the next iPad.
What's the next iPad?
All right. Shall we send him on? Shall we send him on his merry way to our office?
Well, we're going to our. We're going.
Yorick fully
We're all gonna go there. Should we all get on the way?
Yorick,
Yarg?
while we're leaving with this like sniveling little man, fully like nudges Rainek to get his attention and just is like, "You all live like this."
Rennick looks around and goes, I mean, this is pretty comfy, actually. It's living, beats the shit out of the opposite. But it's also why I do, and he does like a click and double finger points, crime.
It's also why I do crime.
Yorick's yuck waves get even stronger.
Yeah, right.
Right, it's like if you had a Geiger counter at this point, it'd be bleeping.
Yarick's like, I left the wilderness for this. Because again, just a reminder, Yarick fought and earned her place on the black ships.
I didn't get a choice.
Like, Yarick was, I left my home world for this. I left my home. Yeah, your secret base that is a known hostel in the fucking middle cities.
Yeah.
I remember correctly, that would
Yeah.
be right here-ish. I'm gonna actually mark this on the map. Hold on. This is definitely the kind of thing that should be like a thing that you know where it is. In white, because this is a pretty dark area. We're just gonna go. Fuck. Hold on. Text. Arial. Size 20. In white. Secret base. That.
I sure hope no one else has access to this.
That there. That there. All right. Do on the way to the base, which is it's about walking. It's about 3 hours to the base from where you were. Do any Atella? Do you ping and let Epsilon know that you are no longer trapped in that building?
We should, before we leave the area, we should ask if they want us to stay or go. Oh well.
Uh, excellent. Do that. Lay low. I'll have an investigation, or I'll have a cleansing team sent to the location, followed by a full-scale investigation. If I turn anything up, or I have more work for you, a dossier will find its way to you. Keep your heads down.
So, for the next 3 hours, while it as you're being told to keep your heads down, I really need, for narrative purposes, the first of this series of events to happen, which is Raynick to take one of the, a small section of the guns that they've just got and dart into a side street to try and sell them off. We're going to do these in batches. But as it's like, don't get into trouble, Raynick's like, phew.
Sure. Go ahead and Rennick, give me a quick we'll call it a barter test at plus 10, because you know the area pretty well.
God fucking, that one I'm going to use a fate point for. This is ridiculous, my luck today. Nope, I'm not.
Alright, so you're selling the auto pistols.
I was gonna, because we also have, and I was scrolling back up before I got distracted, the guns we got from that previous room. Like
the
that one
pistols.
truck. Were they all, because we've got the knives that we just picked up, plus the
No,
ones...
we didn't pick up any in that room.
They were all knives in that room. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I was just gonna try and do like 3 auto pistols and a couple of knives, and then in an hour's time...
We know you have the knives now.
And
those have to be destroyed.
So 3 auto pistols now, like in another hour, do another 3 auto pistols. I'm just spreading them out.
Yeah, okay. Okay, cool. So unfortunately, well, actually, hold on. Let me check my notes on the middle cities real quick. In the middle cities, access to weaponry is limited by the is moderately limited because local ordinances state that anyone wanting to requisition or purchase a weapon, a firearm, must undergo a 2-day wait period, minimum, depending on what kind of firearm it is. So that does mean that the black market for firearms is pretty lucrative in the middle cities. So, but you did roll badly.
Very
So, considering the bonus you would get for the black market price and the penalty you would take from your bad roll, you are going to sell these auto pistols at market cost.
Okay.
So that is
So
actually 29 auto pistols.
So I do have over the next 3 hours.
29?
Yeah, I went back and pulled because M kept the note.
Oh, it was 2 guns per
Two
mutant.
per mutant, plus 10 knives, which were the normal knives,
Hold on,
plus a great sword. He's doing the math now. But yeah, so over the next 3 hours, in whatever, and I don't know this, but Rainick would, in whatever kind of time interval makes sense for trying to hawk stuff without being the guy who tries to hawk 29 fucking auto pistols at once.
Mhm.
I know Yarrick has one of the ritual daggers. Did you pocket one as well?
I did.
For your purse, so there's only 10.
Okay. So, honestly, it's not so much a time issue as it is a neighborhood issue because the different. Okay, so there are no gangs in the middle city, but there are gang associates, and the different associates work in different blocks. So like it's not so much that you want to sell them with time apart, but so much as distance apart.
Yeah.
Because the different gangs don't really communicate with one another. Because you, Rennick, know this. Ultantix is currently locked in an open gang war.
Yeah, so in that case, Rennick's main point is he does not particularly want to tilt the gang war one way or the other. So he's going to make an effort to distribute these Robin Hood style equally amongst all the gangs that they pass. But
All right.
also get fucking paid because fuck Robin Hood.
Alright, so are you also selling the knives?
The normal knives?
The normal knives.
Yes.
Okay, so let me do some math here. So that's 29 times 75 plus 10 times gotta scroll. Nothing can be easy to find.
Nothing's easy to find. So does this roll control my attempts for the entire duration, yeah?
The entire we're not gonna do
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so times
the great sword was what the big mutant had, correct?
Yeah, that's
yes.
still from that. That's still from that one, yeah.
Are we also selling the great sword? Or are we
Uh,
keeping the great sword?
I don't know.
Does
I can
anyone
check
want
the
the great sword?
Because it is important to note for you, Yarrick, and also for you, Payday, you are both proficient with this sword.
Then we'll keep it.
I was assuming that any weapon that the Grey Knight had would
No,
be.
no. This is from the. This is
the big mutant's big knife.
Oh,
from
okay.
before then. Yeah.
For reference, the big mutant's big knife does a base 2d10 damage.
Oh my god. Then yes.
But then no, we're not selling the great sword.
Okay. Which one of you is getting the great sword?
They can fight that shit out.
Yeah, say Payday or Yarrick. It's up to you two.
Is
I
it
have-
heresy?
No.
Okay.
Well, actually, technically, yes, but also no. A mutant did touch it, but it looks like a standard Imperium weapon. So.
Yes, but no one can tell.
Yes, but no one can tell.
Payday would still pass on it.
Okay. Oh, right, you have to be extra safe. Penal guard and all that. Cool. So, Al, great sword is 2d10 damage, 2 armor pen, It is primitive and unwieldy. So while you're using it, you take a -10 to parry.
Unlike my previous sword, which was a +10 to parry. Well, given
Yeah.
the amount of parrying I've done, I
Yeah.
really don't care about that.
Anyways, so Rennick, over the course of the 3 hours, you, we are going to take this number, we are going to multiply it by 0.85. We're gonna round down because I hate you all. Over the course of this hour, you acquire 1,891 gelt,
Divided by 6.
which is
Everyone gets-
315 a person.
Yeah.
Oh fucking shit, we're rich.
This is more money than Rennick has ever fucking seen.
How many monies was it?
You get 315.
Epic.
Rennick, I assume that you keep the spare gelt, the 1 extra gelt, because this
Yeah.
doesn't actually divide evenly.
Yeah.
I did math correctly.
Yeah.
Boy, I am wealthy.
I got 395 gelt now, motherfuckers. That's more than he's ever had.
Yay! I've got
I'm
348
wealthy,
to go.
wealthy.
I've
and-
got 348 to go on top of my income of 120. When does your income tick over?
We're getting there.
Oh, okay.
And then, when you reach your secret base, when you reach your hostel, the lady at the reception greets you and says, good to see you all got back in one piece. These came in for you this morning. And she pushes forward 7, like, blank manila envelopes. Let me do some math real quick. So that is going to be 70 times. Well, we can just do this the other
Technically,
way.
I am made of a lot of different pieces, but I appreciate the sentiment.
4 times 70. Atella, your envelope contains an additional. Come on, Google. Stop fucking with me here. An additional 280 gelt and a Munitorum requisition mark. What was that? A Munitorum requisition mark is a form of currency used to specifically requisition combat gear. It's most commonly given as a reward for valorous service on the front lines of combat. It can be turned in along with the appropriate requisition papers to receive any one weapon from the Munitorum.
Hey, we just got a scribe to do that. Do the paperwork.
Payday.
Hmm.
You receive 200 gelt
Oh.
and a note. You receive 200 gelt, a note, and a bounty fob.
Sick.
The note says, "You've earned this," and when you turn the fob over, inscribed on the back of it is your guardsman serial code.
What does this mean?
It's the button to turn your collar off.
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
I'm about to do so many crimes.
Just for reference, this is just Payday and Rennick just like aggressively chest bumping each other.
Hold on, is this the key fob to unlock it or to blow it up immediately.
Yeah, I was saying, haha, psych fucker.
Yeah,
All
that's
that.
the pause the screen.
Huh?
You're just gonna have to push the button and find out.
Oh god.
Oh my god. No, that was included. Never mind.
While you decide whether or not you're gonna push that button, I'm gonna move down the list.
Uh-huh.
Rennick, your packet contains 80 further gelt.
Happy with that.
And you also receive a Munitorum requisition mark.
Did you say anything?
Weapon.
Any weapon
Any weapon.
of any rarity.
Any weapon of any rarity that you can use.
Okay.
Or I guess I should be more, not that you can use, because technically you can use anything. Any weapon of any rarity that you are trained to use, that you have, like, the
Just
proficiency
solid
with.
weapon. Okay.
Yarrick, you receive 4 times that number. You receive 480 gelt.
Oh,
And also another Munitorum requisition mark.
okay. So I need to add another 360 to that. Because I already added 120. I assumed I was just going to get my normal allowance.
No, so you're supposed to get your money every like 2 sessions, and y'all haven't been paid in like 8 sessions.
Wow. Well, I have 828 gal.
I have basically been keeping track of how many sessions you've been on a job. And I was totaling up how much you would receive at the end of the job.
Fun.
Ishta,
Yep.
you receive 800 gelt.
Fuck me.
And a Munitorum requisition mark.
Meemaw getting paid.
Meemaw getting...
Meemaw got paid today. Meemaw is currently at 1,400 gelt.
Meemaw is currently swimming in her giant Scrooge McDucky vault that is somehow part of this hostel that we're living in.
Argyle and Yui, you each get paid 600 gelt.
Oh my god, let's fucking go. Argyle opens up the
Feels
Milan
like a
envelope,
hurricane.
and he looks at the pay stub and he gets a disgruntled look and he just looks up and turns to the party and says, "What are Imperium withholdings?"
What are Imperium
withholding?
Darling, who filled out your forms? Come here, let me explain. So you see,
I put
Ishta,
one on the W9.
no. Oh,
Ishta,
God.
you look at it and immediately you see that there's something that says Cult Mechanicus Tithing, and you blank out from incoherent religious rage.
You see, dear, you.
You see, dear. Oh no, look. You're supposed to have put the.
Yeah, I see that and I use my fucking feedback screech.
The real issue here is that Yui, or isn't that Argyle is paying taxes. It's that for some reason Argyle is paying taxes twice.
Fucking hell. How have you managed? My God, thank God, Phil. Thank God you're here.
Wait,
Oh
just
yeah,
for-
Phil is also entitled to a wage, which, because he's seconded to you guys, you all have to pay. Phil's wage is 50 gelt a month.
I will pay Phil.
Are our wages
We've
also
only just
monthly?
employed Phil. We don't pay people in advance. They might die. We don't pay them in advance.
Technically speaking, Al, you are all paid monthly as well. It's just that this is weird. Okay, so in the book, it says that the income is monthly income. And then in the very next sentence, it says you should probably pay your players every 400 XP they earn, which is 2 sessions.
Huh.
So, like, I don't know if I'm running the game wrong. If, like,
I think that sounds like you're running it perfectly fine, and to me that sounds like an editorial issue with the book.
yeah, because that's like, is a session supposed to cover like 2 weeks of time, and like it's supposed to not be like down in the nitty gritty details like we have been, sort of? Like,
Wild.
No, that sounds like originally they were like, yeah, it's about once a month, and then someone was like, oh, we got to go mechanically, like da da da, and no one like fixed one
no
or the
one
other.
fixed. Yeah,
Yeah.
And at this point, we are officially in downtime.
Oh boy.
I will tell you now, out of character, you will have 2 weeks of downtime, so you can perform. You can go about searching for equipment if you want, and you also get, if you have a trade, you can roll 2 weeks worth of trade to acquire further monies if you would like.
I believe last time I rented out Yui as a scribe, and I don't remember what I rented you out for, but you had me sell one of your skills, maybe cooking.
Yes. You
It
got
was
me hired
copyist.
here as a. I mean, well, that's the other thing is, I could also be a copyist too. I have both of those skills.
Harley, you and I only got monies, right? I mean, you get anything else?
Oh no, you two actually have acquired a cult mechanicus requisition mark,
Fucking go.
which can be turned in to undergo the appropriate rituals and cybernetic modifications to acquire 1 cybernetic augmetic
Oh,
of common quality.
I look at the mark and I tap Yui and I just say the blessed machine over and over again.
Praise
yes, the
be.
blessed. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, given that his
Blessed be.
previous interaction with our new scribe was to grab his face and start rubbing it and go, friend, friend. I don't think Yui's like personality, like here's how to socialize with other human beings, Chip, is working right.
I would like to, yeah, I'd like to get the augment to make me even
Even fucking
friendlier.
weirder.
Yeah, even weirder and friendlier.
Question, Harley.
Answer.
If we use this mark to get a weapon, or when we use the mark to get a weapon, how much ammunition does that come with, or does it just come the weapon itself?
It does. It does come with. It comes fully loaded, but with no spare ammo.
Cool.
Kate, I do note that you have traded your chit for an autogun.
Thank you. Thank you.
It has to be something.
I'm gonna drop my ritual blade actually back into the pile of heretical sidearms, because I'm gonna buy a sword, and it's just not worth taking the extra grief for a weaker weapon.
So we're back to 11 on those.
Okay.
I will fix.
someone was asking me something.
I can't find the storm bolter on page 133. I can see the bolt pistol, bolt gun, and heavy bolter, but not the.
Oh, the Storm Bolter's not in this book. The Storm Bolter has all the same characteristics as a regular bolt gun, but it has the storm quality.
Okay.
Which might also not be in this book. Okay, so the storm quality is basically when you shoot it at semi-auto, you don't shoot 2 bullets, you actually shoot 4 bullets.
Neat.
So your rate of fire is single shot and 4 rather than single shot and 2.
So is this the same as the bolt pistol or the bolt gun?
The bolt gun.
Okay. Class.
On the Grey Knight, this was like mounted to his arm, but for you, you've actually, with Yui and Argyle's help, you've managed to remove some of the modifications to strip it back down to a standard storm bolter, which is like a fucking. It's like a regular bolt gun, which is like a rifle-sized grenade launcher almost, but yours has 2 barrels.
Cool.
Because that's how a storm bolter is basically just 2 bolt guns like welded together, and the barrels fire in an alternating pattern.
The fact that my compact las pistol has a range of 15 meters and this thing has a range of 90.
Well, your compact las pistol is like a sneaky little sidearm. This is a fucking battlefield combat weapon.
Yeah.
I have a strange question for you, Harley.
What's up?
So you said we have to be proficient in the weapon that we want to get.
Yes.
What if I'll be proficient with it after you hand out XP at the end of the session?
I will allow that.
Okay. You know what I'm getting then.
Yes.
You're
getting a flamer.
I am indeed.
Harley.
The Emperor protects.
Ow.
What does damage mean when it says 1d10 plus 5x?
Oh, X is the type of damage. It means it's explosive.
Word.
Yeah, so bolt guns do not shoot a bullet. They shoot a bolt, which is a 75 caliber bullet that explodes after it's hit you.
All right.
This specifically is a Space Marine sized storm bolter, which means it essentially is a this is a gun the size of a microwave that shoots bullets the size of Red Bull cans.
So, yep, okay, cool.
It is important to note, though, Yarrick,
Yes.
that you are not yet trained with bolt weapons. So while this is very powerful, you are going to have some penalties when you shoot it.
Yeah, we have melee, pistol, basic, and pistol again.
Also, in your hands, this gun actually does 1d10 plus 7 because of Mighty Shot.
Oh, swag.
So technically, it says that upgrades can be made by someone with the armor or skill. But given as we have 2 weeks of downtime, can I assume I can get my weapon upgraded?
What page does it say that on?
142 per its numbers and 145 of the PDF.
Hold on a sec. Weapon upgrades. You may, without the trade armorer skill test, you yourself cannot upgrade a weapon, but you may purchase an upgrade and you may pay someone to do it for you.
Okay. Cool. How much do they?
We'll say that they charge whatever the price of the upgrade is.
Oh, okay, cool. That's fine.
So,
So is that saying she has to pay double, or it's just included in the price of the?
Uh,
I have to pay
du-
double.
pay double, yeah.
Pay double, baby.
I think I've picked what I'd like to swap my Mechanicus Mark for.
What are you acquiring?
If I'm remembering right, it's like an augmentation that I can get with it, right? Like, would that be under the cybernetics section of the armory?
Yes.
Yeah.
I will also say, and I apologize for not including this originally, the cybernetic has to be one that you're trained to use. So, like, for mechadendrites, you have to have the appropriate mechadendrite training.
Oh, sure. Yeah, because I saw Medicaid Mechadendrite earlier, but I think it was like in the next set of skills, so I can't get it yet. But I think if I do get one, it will be like once I have the ability to use it, like install the software first, then get the hardware.
Yeah, well, actually, hold on. Let me check a thing real fast. Engineer. Or engine
What
seer.
page are the cybernetics on? Oh wait, hold on.
153. 153.
Manipulator, optical, and then previously is Medicae. Okay, actually, as per what I did for T, you can take the only mechadendrite that is barred from you. What's the page for cybernetics again?
153.
The only cybernetic you won't be able to use is the ballistic mechadendrite.
God damn it, that's the one that I wanted.
Because you can learn at the end of this session how to use the manipulator, Medicae, optical, or utility. But ballistic is actually,
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. So if you wanted those mechadendrites, you absolutely can get those.
I'm just thinking, like, mechanically speaking, would it be better to get the Mind Impulse unit now and then get the Mechadendrite later when I can afford it / have the ability? Or do I get the Mechadendrite now and then have to...
The Mind Impulse unit doesn't do anything.
Any particular training.
It doesn't take any training, but it also doesn't interface with megadendrites at all. I don't see the correlation.
Oh yeah, no, I'm thinking like because I can get that, and like if I get it, like there's nothing else I have to do in order to be able to use it. If I get the Mechadendrite, then
Gotcha.
I've got to spend XP also to be able to use it. So I'm thinking I might just get the Mind Impulse unit now, and then get one of the Mechadendrites later once I can afford the software.
Okay. Well, it is up to you.
Yeah, I'll get the Mind Impulse unit. That's what I'm gonna do.
Can I, given my contacts and how long we have, see about acquiring a scarce item?
Scarce item in the middle cities. Yeah. Well, it depends. What kind of? Is it a weapon?
No,
Is it a drug?
no.
Yes, you may acquire. You may acquire in this area scarce items as long as they are not weapons or drugs.
Bollocks.
You don't need to roll, is what I mean.
I don't know which one to get.
I mean, you have a mechadendrite skill, don't you?
I don't think I do.
I thought we gave you one.
Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, if you already have the mechadendrite skill, there's no reason to not just get the mechadendrite.
And what was the reasoning why we couldn't get the ballistic one yet?
Because in order to get you don't unlock ballistic mechadendrite as a skill for another like 2,000 XP.
Okay. So in
Did you
that
say it
case,
was? Sorry, go ahead.
oh no, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say, it's common quality stuff we get for the
Yes.
mark, isn't it? Did you say it was?
Common.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. All right, sweet. Well, now I get +10 bonuses to tech use, pilot, or drive tests with devices capable of mind impulse unit linking.
I do need you, Argyle and Yui, if
Yep.
since you're acquiring augmetics, I need you to roll me a D10 and subtract your toughness bonus. Hold on, actually, is that the correct amount? No, sorry, 2d10 minus toughness.
2d10.
I rolled that wrong.
Well,
Your toughness bonus is
the number in
same
the
as the
tens
previous
place.
game, right? Yeah, number in the tens.
All right, so Rob, that is 18 minus 2 then?
-2. Where are you getting the 2 from?
The 28.
Oh, it's the number in the tens. Yeah.
So Rob, Argyle is out for 16 days.
Damn.
So the entire downtime, recovering from surgery. And Yui, you are out for 5 days. So we'll call that the first week of downtime, recovering from surgery.
I think I'm gonna take the what was it? The utility mechadendrite?
Okay.
Not the utility. What's it called? The manipulator.
Okay. Just remember to purchase the skill for it when we're done.
Can I do that now? I have like 650 XP to spend.
Technically, you have to wait until the end of the session because
Okay.
that 650 has to be spent not on the tree that the mechadendrite is on because of this game's weird XP rules. 15 for sword, 200 bullets, 100 shells, 10 for a silencer, 10 for silencer install. What is the silencer being put on?
The silence is going on the autogun. It's
Okay.
the only weapon I have that it can take.
Minus 100 for photo contacts, minus 55 for magnoculars, minus 150 for multi-key. All right.
So just to be clear, at one point, Rainick comes back with more shopping than he's ever had in his entire fucking life and scuttles off to his little room.
Does anybody have anything they would like to do for their downtime?
Payday, I guess Payday would go to Attila for this. And to ask if they could read the letter, because Payday cannot read.
It's just a simple note that says, "Congratulations, you've earned this."
And
You had no idea why Reynick was chest bumping you for a minute there. Reynick went
idea.
fucking mental and had no idea. Oh,
Payday would
no.
also hand over the other thing that has words on it.
Oh no. The fob, you know this. You know what's
Okay,
on the
so
back of the
I know
fob.
that and how it works then.
Yes.
Okay, so then
You don't know how to read, but you are very familiar with your guardsman serial code.
Cool.
Part of your training was literally just learning how to read and write just that string of numbers and letters for like literally a week straight. Like, you are aware that these numbers are you.
makes sense to me. So then Payday would attempt to press the button.
Just in case.
Too late.
Oh, you push the button. There's a loud whirring noise that comes from the explosive part of your collar, and then click, and your collar falls off.
Explosive collar unattached.
Unattached.
Sure. Payday will hand it over.
I'm sorry. What?
Attila's took the collar.
Oh, okay. Attila, you have an explosive collar. I think it's worth like 50 gelt.
Yeah. Explosive color is 55 gel.
55 gelt. My bad.
The 5 gelt that we missed out is Reynick's finder's fee.
Yeah, no, you just thought you had 55, like, shit, where did that go? So I don't remember what our plans were for Reynick when he has downtime, except miscellaneous crime.
Yes. So, Rennick, your job per se is a little different than everyone else's, because you do crime. So, Rennick, if you would like to spend the 2 weeks doing petty criminal activity, please roll for me. Sorry, this is taking a long time to scroll. Okay, first, roll for me a d10. Ooh,
Yeah.
that's good. You get lucky your first week, and you stumble across a Scrivener Guild, a marked Scrivener's Guild, uh, uh, data cache, which you know, as someone who has grown up in this city, they will pay extremely well for if you return it.
I'm gonna go return it like a good citizen.
Please roll a number of d10 equal to your fate point maximum and add 50.
Okay. 73. 52.
That is d3s. I said d10s.
Oh, sorry. That makes more
So
sense.
so 3d10.
Yeah, plus 50. 63.
You get 63 gelt from returning that data cache.
Yeah, being an upstanding citizen pays way better than I fucking thought.
And then on the second week, if you would like to perform petty crime,
Yes, please.
roll another d10.
6.
6. While you're wandering around the lower end of Middletown, you come across what looks to be it's a scribe. They're a scribe, but they're wearing like non-standard scrivener clothing, and you immediately mark them as someone from not this city, which means no one will care if you know, lift some stuff out of their pockets. Please roll. What's your agility bonus?
Ooh, my agility bonus is my agility score is 33.
So that's 3. So roll 3d10 plus 15.
28.
You shake them down for 28 gelt.
Thank you very much. I'm gonna just for flavor, Rennet shakes them down, takes a walk around the block, and then circles back, and if they are still there, does his best concerned citizen in an attempt to like, oh yeah, I'll take you where you need to go. No big deal. Oh, a tip for me? No way.
Are you trying to shake him down again?
I'm not shake him down. I'm trying to be a helpful citizen with potential reward.
Oh, so you're gaslighting him.
No, he doesn't know he got robbed the first time, presumably, so he doesn't know that, the
Oh,
person could be helpful.
okay, right. I did make it word. I did word it like you were picking his pocket. Okay, yeah. Go ahead and give me a. I think this is still a deceive check against his inquiry.
I can do that.
Which is not. It's not bad, but it's not great.
Do you wanna? Yeah. Oh boy, you know what? It's late. Fuck it. Let's fate point it because this doesn't matter, and I don't care. Nope, I do not shake down this man. I do not deceive this man.
You like walk up to him and you put on your concerned citizen act, and he just fucking out from under his robes, pistol.
Rude.
Keep walking, gutters. Walk away, gutter scum.
Eat shit, fucker, and he walks away. And on his way past, just like nudges someone like 2 corners down. It's like, I heard he called your mom fat, and keeps going.
And that person on the stairs goes, "What?"
That person on the stairs goes, "It's a thyroid problem." And you hear the that person, and you in the distance you hear the sound of this scribe getting fucking beat the shit out of.
Oh no.
Being motherfucker. Damn.
And then as you get even further away, you hear like a single gunshot, and you're like pretty sure that the guy you nudged is dead, but this whatever.
Shit, but city. Oh well.
Oh well. Does anybody else?
Well,
Okay. Rob,
Yeah.
What weapon are you trying to find?
Well, both or one of either a great axe or I think it was a long las rifle.
Okay, a great weapon. Let me scroll down to melee. All the great weapons get kind of folded into just great weapon.
Yeah.
So, melee weapons, while they are scarce, are not under any kind of local ordinance, so you can just purchase that.
Okay.
However, acquiring a long las is an entirely different matter.
Okay.
Uh,
Before we do that, order of operations. Can I sell my current axe?
yeah, it is used, like pretty heavily used,
Yeah.
and you aren't as savvy a tradesman as Rennick is. So you're welcome to roll barter to try and get a better deal.
Would love to.
But right now, you're probably going to be selling it at half price. You manage full price.
Oh, let's fucking go. All right. What is that?
So you get 20, but pay 70 for your new axe. So pay 50 overall.
But yeah, that's less 50.
Yep.
God damn it. All right. Okay.
And then Al, I told you that the great sword has pen 2, right?
Yes, you did.
Okay, cool. All right, Rob. So you're looking for a scarce weapon. Let me roll up to the availability. This is a very large town. Well, this is a very large location. So I'm gonna need I'm gonna need you to make a barter check, Rob, at plus 20.
Cool.
In order to source a long las weapon.
I'm gonna fate point that. Can I fate point that?
Yeah. All right. It's a little hard to do. You have to you're laid up in hospice, recovering from having an arm attached to your fucking rib cage. But you have Phil do your running about for you, and at the end of the 2 weeks, he comes back to you with this plastic PDF marked weapon case, and inside is a fresh off the manufactorum floor, one Ultantix pattern long las. Please reduce your current money by 100 gelt.
Awesome. Can I sell my last carbine off? I don't really need it.
Sure.
Rinse and repeat. I'll do the barter check too.
All right.
Yeah, can't all be winners.
Right. The las carbine, you pass it off for what's 75 divided by 2? 75 divided by 2. You get 37 gelt for that back.
All right, so I'll add back 37. And I think that was all the things that I wanted to do, while also having a new mechanical arm in my chest.
Yep. Does anybody else have a trade they'd like to ply or equipment they'd like to purchase?
I just got a bunch of new weapons, so I think I'm kind of good on equipment. But I do. Is there any way I can train so I can maybe hit better? I don't know if that's a thing I can do, but I'd like to hit
I
things.
mean, I did allow that sort of training in the last game, and I will allow it in this game. If you would like, you may spend the 2 weeks practicing sword drills. You will make a weapon skill test, and if you pass, your weapon skill will increase. Since you're doing it for 2 weeks, also take plus 10 to this test.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, what skill test is it?
Weapon skill.
I missed the old sheet before it was broken.
I do too.
Yeah.
It said plus 10, right?
Yep.
Wow. All right. Well, that's at least fitting for the test.
Use a fate point.
Test, but I can't. I spent my one single fate point.
Yeah, Yarik's not very lucky. Please mark down on your skill sheet, Al, that the next time you perform training, you will have an additional plus 10.
Okay.
Practice makes perfect. The more times you do something, the more likely you are to improve at it.
Eric just lost to whatever wooden dummy she was trying to beat the shit out of.
I don't think Yarrick lost so much as the wooden dummy simply isn't challenging enough. I think maybe next time when Yarrick trains, Yarrick might have to actually have a target that fights back.
Fair.
Maybe next time try training with Payday.
Maybe he'll do it.
But next time, M, what would you like to purchase?
Same way as
No. You are buying an individual grenade. That's why they only cost 10.
Only.
Yeah, they're way better than frag grenades. What's your point?
Capitalism.
You, as a PD, as an Arbites, have a significant bonus to requisitioning weaponry. I will tell you, however, your Munitorum requisition mark, if you trade it in for grenades, you will receive not 1, but 3 grenades. Yes. Weapons or weapon adjacent objects, so like weapon upgrades or specialty ammo. That's just regular bullets.
That's for 20 bullets. It's 1 to 20. I've just had to do it. Yep.
You just get it. The requisition mark is it. So part of what makes the Imperium's bureaucracy suck is that there are actually like 9 different standardized currencies. This is one of them. It's one of the more powerful ones in that it is essentially it I don't know how to phrase this. When you turn it into the Munitorum and you ask for a thing, they will get you that thing. It might take a week or a month or a year, but you will get it. You have the benefit of not being on the front lines, which means that when you turn it in, it's going to show up much faster. These are normally awarded to like guardsmen. They would turn it into a Munitorum officer, and then that Munitorum officer would be like, cool, I'm going to take down your serial number so that no matter where you are in the galaxy, if you're alive, this will get to you. And then that guardsman will die, and the Munitorum will pocket the money. Excellent. Are you getting? Are you getting just crack grenades? Well, I mean, you can get 3 grenades. Yes. So, like, you can get a crack grenade and a hallucinogen grenade and a photon flash, or just crack grenades. A blind grenade explodes with a burst of dense smoke, IR bafflers, and broadband EM spectrum chaff designed to block detection through the cloud. Sensors and vision that would pierce normal smoke cannot see through the haze. So it doesn't just block sight, it also blocks mechanicals. Whereas a photon flash is a flashbang. Okay. All right. Blind grenades are non-lethal, so they are not under local ordinance, so you do not need to roll to acquire those. You can just pay for them. Yeah. Um. Yeah. I mean the local Arbites definitely stock. The local Arbites quartermaster definitely stocks Carapace. Uh. You will. It's rare, so you will need to roll for acquisition. Which for you, given the size of the planet, the population of the city, Your status as a member of the Arbites would be a barter test at probably plus 30. This is purchasing. This isn't this is stuff you do in between work. Excellent. You are bartering at plus 30. Hold. Before you lock in that fate point. You don't find light carapace in common quality, but that is good enough to find low quality carapace. You would have minus 10 to agility tests. All agility tests. If you re-roll and it's worse than what you've got by a degree of, if it's worse by a full degree of success, you will no longer have found poor quality.
No,
All right.
Nice.
Never punished.
What the fuck does PB mean on the weapons range?
On what? Point blank.
Peanut butter?
It means point blank. It's always point blank is always 3 meters.
Okay, I had such a problem setting up the long las rifle, but I think I got it.
All right, let me take a gander. I fucking hate how this character. I hate this character sheet. I just straight up hate this character sheet. Yeah, rogue trader.
Yeah.
I mean, we'd have to fill everything out again.
I've already filled out too many things on this. I'm not moving back to it. Or I'm not doing
However,
You've never modified your character sheet for God.
Yeah.
Just modified it.
Get off my
Fuck
dick.
off.
Yeah, no, Rob, fuck off. I run your character. I run your.
Yeah, but I'm running this one kind of.
Hey, how many characters? How many physical characters have you personally typed into your character sheet?
How many characters?
I did this one with the help of Harley.
You know what? I'll even since that was a dodge, I will allow you to count spaces as characters. How many
Oh,
All right. Em, are you buying anything else, or are you broke now?
Harley, did I do the long las rifle correctly?
Okay, so let me take a gander. No.
Fuck. Damn it.
Okay, so here's how this is supposed to work. Your near is actually half of your base distance. So N should be 75. And then M is actually double. Medium range is actually double your base. So that should be 300.
Fucking Christ.
And then long should be 450. You had that one right, actually. And then extreme should be 600 meters.
Oh my god. All right. Well,
Well, actually, extreme is 600 plus. Anything
I'm about to throw my laptop, Harley.
What?
I'm about to throw my laptop.
I'm about to throw my laptop. Yeah, listen, I hate it, okay? I fucking hate these sheets. In the next game, in the game after this game, we're using the Rogue Trader sheets, regardless of how good the character sheet is for that
Yay!
game. This shit fucking... It broke, all the buttons are weird. Whoever set it up clearly didn't read the... You know what? It's entirely possible that these might be sheets for 2nd edition Dark Heresy. Because there wasn't a distinction between the editions when I was selecting character sheets. Anyways, okay, so M's purchased things. M also wants to train. M, what are you training? Yes. Well, you can technically train 2 things, because you have 2 weeks downtime. But if you only spend 1 week, you're going to roll your test flat. If you spend 2 weeks, you'll roll with plus 10. Psychic powers in this game, as far as I'm aware, actually don't interact with willpower very much. Let me go confirm that. Because in the last game, your psychic rating wasn't like a thing you rolled, it was just a number that modified your powers. Whereas in this game, your psychic rating is like directly what your psychic stuff does. So let's go to 170 real quick. So I'm gonna look at the big powers. Okay, so your willpower does augment damage on certain powers, but not all powers. So it really depends on it really depends on what kind of psyker you are. Okay. Okay. Actually, since you're gonna spend a week training weapon skill, Al, Yarrick, I am going to I'm gonna offer this up. Freya and Yarrick, if you train to... What? Sorry, Atella and Yarrick, if you train together in the 2nd week, I will give Freya plus 10 to her roll, and Al... Shut the fuck up. You clearly know who I'm talking about. Atella will get the plus 10 to her roll, and Yarrick, I will allow you to re-roll your training roll.
Sure.
Alright, so you are going to roll your perception first. Not, or whatever the fuck that skill is. No. just flat skill. Nope. Mark down that you have plus 10 to training that skill next time you roll it. And then for your second week, roll weapon skill with plus 10. Al, also roll weapon skill with plus 10.
Do I count the previous plus 10?
No, we're rewriting history a little bit.
Okay.
Hey, all right.
God.
Each of you, roll me a d10. Because you both got 3 degrees of success. Atella, your weapon skill increases by 5. Yarrick, your weapon skill increases by 6.
Woo! Yarrick is wearing the mask the entire time. It's very awkward. Like, she may or may not be in, like, sci-fi, futuristic, or whatever is appropriate for a fucking Warhammer game, peasant rags, like, gym gear, but then just also the mask.
I love that the bodysuit comes off for exercise time, but the mask stays on.
It's sway.
You can keep your mask on.
Alright, so that is who's done stuff. Atella's done stuff. Rennick, the Cog Bros, and Yarrick. Ishta, do you have anything you want to do this week? Any special weapons you'd like to purchase?
I don't know about special weapons. I've got my weapon. I use that mark for the flamer.
Yep.
I would like some better armor.
Alright. What kind of armor are you looking at?
I don't know.
Because you got crazy money.
I got crazy money.
So, realistically speaking,
Uh-huh.
the best armor you can afford right now.
Mm-hmm.
How much money do you have?
1,300.
The best armor you can afford is light carapace like Atella got with a carapace helm, which will cost you it'll cost you 825 total, and you'll have to attempt to barter for it with the PDF or with the Arbites troopers. It's not so much finding it, like, you know where it is. You already knew where it is. It's convincing them to sell it to you.
So I have a question.
What's up?
So if that doesn't work out, or it looks like it's going to be too expensive, can I get the guard flak armor?
Oh, yeah.
Like, is that easy to get? Okay.
Guard armor, while labeled scarce, is mass produced like fucking crazy. This is again, you're in like a manufactory world. Guard armor is made literally by the millions of units every month on this planet.
All right, let's do it. What do I want to roll?
For guard armor?
No, for the carapace.
Okay, so you're gonna roll barter. For you, because you're not an Arbites, it is only with plus 10.
This is not going to go well. Oh, shit.
You little old lady toddle your way into the Adeptus Arbites quartermaster's office, and by the time you walk out, you have bamboozled this stern, ultra serious, professional quartermaster into parting ways with an entire suit of light carapace and a helm, and also maybe his phone number?
Oh, of course, his phone number.
And he's not really sure how that happened.
Okay. Could anyone use my old flak helmet or my I think I had a chain coat. Can anyone in our group use those? Like, is it useful for anyone?
I don't have anything on my head, so a flak helmet would be useful.
Have my flak helmet.
Flak helmets give you 2 armor on your head.
Better than nothing. That's why I bought it initially.
I'm gonna
Okay.
protect my noggin.
Oh, actually, you have a mind impulse unit, right? Yui?
Yes.
Let me scroll down to the mind impulse unit, because you and Argyle actually get an additional benefit for having mechanical bits implanted in you.
Oh.
So, mind impulse unit device allow the user basic rig involves single spinal cortex connector. Okay, so it's in your it is in your torso. Yui, the added mechanical bits in your torso increase your torso's damage resistance by 1 point.
Oh, baller.
And then Argyle, what kind of you got a manipulator mechadendrite?
Yeah,
Is it on your left or right shoulder?
let's go with the right shoulder.
Your right arm gets +1 damage resistance. These damage resistances do technically count as toughness, so they are not affected by armor pen.
Let me see here. So I guess can I just sell? I guess my old armor.
Your chain coat?
Yeah.
Sure.
What do I get for that?
You can roll if you would like. Jesus Christ. My thing isn't doing what I want it to do anymore.
I was so rich, and now I'm still pretty rich, but like not as much as I was.
Alright, so if you would like, you can roll a barter test with +0 in order to sell it at full price. Otherwise, you will simply sell it at half price.
That's fair and valid.
Oh, actually, this is primitive armor.
Yeah, it is.
You already rolled the barter. We'll let you keep the barter. Was that a good
You
barter?
sure? It was +2. It was 2
Yeah.
degrees of success.
Damn. Yeah. No. So yeah, you get 50 gelt for your chain coat
It's better than nothing.
as you pawn it off on some poor overworked PDF trooper who lost his fucking flak vest. He's
I'm
gonna
doing
fucking.
right.
He's gonna get the shit beat out of him for that.
And then I guess.
Use...
Oop.
Sorry, Yui.
Oh, yeah, no, I was just going to ask, once you've done that, if there's something I can use my last week for to do something about, I believe that meatbags call it insanity?
No.
Nothing. Okay.
So
Insanity is a representation of permanent damage done to your mind. If it ever reaches 100, your character has a full-scale like break from reality and is no longer playable.
That's fair enough.
I don't exactly know what this would represent in game, right? But for my 2 weeks, if I can't do if it doesn't do anything, I'll just cook for 2 weeks and earn a little gelt. That's fine. But otherwise, if possible, I don't know what it would do, but like become more fanatical at godding. Like I don't know, I don't know if that makes sense, but like she's going more and more fanatical with her, but I don't know if that would really do anything. You know,
What is your goal? Like, what are you attempting to achieve with this?
so that's what I'm not sure about. That's why I was maybe bouncing the idea out if anybody had anything else. But if
Because
not,
I could see Ishta spending a week or two, like rabble rousing or like soapbox preaching, being like a fellowship training test.
Okay.
If you would like that.
Sure. Let's go with that.
All right. Are you gonna spend both weeks doing it or just one?
I'm pretty set on the cash. I think I'll do both weeks.
All right. Go ahead and roll fellowship with +10 for me.
Oof. I'm gonna fate point that.
Sure.
Because I have the points.
All right. You find your crowd in the middle cities. You stop by the Munitorum. You get a permit for street perching. You find an actual literal soapbox, and by the end of the 2 weeks, you have amassed yourself a fairly decent sized crowd of like regular people who stop by your avenue to listen to you preach regularly. Please roll me a d10. Increase your fellowship by 9.
Damn. Okay.
And then just for funsies, since you got 2 degrees of success, roll me 2d10 as well. 13 of the people in this crowd you have noticed come by more often than the rest and look like they could be of service to you in the future.
Oh, okay. 13.
You don't know their names yet, but you could pick them out of a crowd.
"13 people who could be useful." All right.
Payday.
Firstly, Payday takes a shower and just scrubs around that neck 'cause you know that shit was itchy.
Payday carefully scrapes around the fungus that had accumulated under the neck collar, puts it in a jar, and donates it to science.
But other than that, Payday, because there's a guardsman because I went to train people before.
There aren't guardsmen per se, but there is the local planetary defense force.
Yeah. So Payday's gonna go back there, and Payday will offer to train, but can I use this to like train Payday's strength instead of receive money?
If you're using it as a method to train yourself, yes, you would not receive money.
Yeah, that is what Payday is doing.
Sure.
Payday is
So-
extra motivated after witnessing the fall of a space marine.
So is this your
Nope,
full?
not strong enough. Need more strong.
So are you're training strength then specifically?
Yeah,
All right. Are you doing this for both weeks?
yeah.
All right. Go ahead and roll me strength with +10 then. Damn.
Need more strong.
That's 4 degrees of success. That's more than anyone else has gotten on a training so far. Yeah, 2d10 take the highest. Thank you, M. Good idea.
They're the same number.
The dice have decided. Increase your strength by 4.
Yeah.
That's still enough to go up to the next strength bonus.
Yeah, that's...
I want everyone to know, Payday is like crazy jacked, like obscenely jacked for a fucking base human.
My strength is 52.
Are we talking like rivaling Birdie jacked?
No one rivals Birdie.
I mean,
Birdie
fair,
is
but
straight up crazy.
Maybe one day.
Birdie was bespoke crafted to be strong.
I mean that is fair. Birdie really was.
Yeah.
Like at the end of that game, the only 2 people who could fucking stand up to Birdie strength wise are an actual space marine and Little Malky, who is mostly a space marine. Is there anything you'd like to purchase, Payday?
Uh,
Now that you got a payday.
Pat.
Uh,
What am I allowed to purchase?
So you are a guardsman, which
Yeah.
means you are not necessarily licensed because licensing isn't really like a thing in this kind of setting. I mean, I guess it is. As a guardsman, you are licensed for like weapons free, sort of. So you don't necessarily have to abide by the local ordinance that limits the purchase of firearms. So you can in the middle cities, you can purchase anything of, let me find my note, anything of rare or lower quality.
Can I find a chainsword?
Can you find a chainsword? Let me scroll all the way down to chainswords. Yes, you can find a chainsword. In fact, while you are training at the local PDF headquarters in the middle cities, close to the end of the 2 weeks, a shipment comes in.
Okay, I will purchase one then.
Yeah, a shipment comes in, and you watch as they unload a fresh batch of Ultantix Mark 9 personal defense chain weaponry. As for your thing, I definitely remember that being a. Let me. Well, hold on. Let me. Technically, all this stuff is interchangeable. So let me open up Rogue Trader for you real quick.
What's going on?
M's trying to find a specific item that isn't in this book, but might be in a different book.
Oh.
I just can't fucking remember where the core rulebook lives.
Payday got yoked. I'm starting a cult. How's it feel, Payday? Not to have a bomb around your neck.
It's less itchy now that I've taken a shower. Though the collar has been taken off, the duty hasn't changed. Like,
Yeah.
for real.
I like the idea that Ishta went away for those 2 weeks and you guys just didn't really see her, and then she just rolls up with a cult wearing full carapace armor and a
All right.
flamer, and it's like, are we ready to get back to work?
All right. So, M, the item you're looking for are called suspensors, and they are a type of anti-gravity plates that get bolted to your weapon. They are rated extremely rare, and would cost a shitload. Well, hold on. I'm trying to find. God, I wish this book had money. Just so you know, in case you want to. Well, I mean, you're probably gonna get bulging biceps, right? Are you strong enough to get that? Where's your strength at? Oh, well, that's your ballistics. You'd have to spend two. You'd have to get 2 strength upgrades first, but that would let you not have to brace heavy weapons, and it wouldn't cost you like 5,000 gelt. So, okay, so that's Attila did stuff, Isha did stuff, Payday did stuff, Renning did stuff, the Cog Boys did stuff. Actually, Yui, you do still have a second week, don't you? You didn't do anything with that?
That's true. Yeah, I wanted to see if I could do something about my insanity. I went to the Robo Doctor, but they couldn't help.
You know what?
So
Actually, I'm gonna go back on my word here. I don't like just saying no.
Okay.
So here is what we are going to do. You are going to secret yourself away to the local cult mechanicus shrines, and I would like for you to make a tech test to represent your religious ceremony. And that is a success. No degrees of success, so you are going to roll 1d5 minus 2, minimum 1. and that is how many insanity points you will lose. You regained 1 point of sanity.
Lovely. So I went from 18 to 17.
Listen, every point matters.
Yeah, it's better than nothing. I'll give it that.
Also,
so far, all the madness has done is made me quiet and withdrawn. So the worst things can happen.
on that note, when you come back, you may remove your withdrawn and quiet penalty is no longer -10. It is only -5. Also, you did gain a level of fatigue in the last fight, but that's gone because it's been 2 weeks.
I also got electrical sucker, which if I need to, I can. If I pass a toughness test, I can get a level of fatigue back just from like touching a machine or like something I can pull electricity from.
Yep.
Go
Okay.
suck.
Also, who here is hurt?
I am.
Is anybody else hurt besides Payday?
Yeah, I was also hurt.
Argyle. Okay, you two are both hurt, but you're not at heavily wounded. So by the end of the 2 weeks, you are back up to full wounds.
Okie dokie.
You don't need to seek medical attention. Light wounds like that just heal on their own at a rate of 1 wound per day. So you guys are fully ready to go. At the end of the 2 weeks, as you are all congregating on day 16, Argyle has just returned from the hospital with his fresh, brand new, giant clamping mechanical claw sticking out of his Argyle, you wear golden robes, don't you? Because you're from Terra.
Yep.
His giant mechanical clamping claw sticking out of his golden mechanicus robes. And as you are all milling about the common area of the hostel, Atella, the communicator, begins to ping. Trooper, you've done an excellent job keeping your head down. Unfortunately, I don't have good news for you. I've got no work for you this week or this time. But while I have nothing important for you to do, the Inquisitor, at the request of the governor, has agreed to aid the local PDF force in checking out a disturbance in the Underhive, a local water purification facility. A local water purification facility, which previously was operating unmanned, has ceased operation. Your job is to go down into the Underhive and turn that water purification facility back on. And also, while you're down there, clean out as many mutants as you can. It's a hive city, Trooper. It's where mutants live. One, you are to, at all costs, avoid the area of the Underhive referred to as the King's Hall. It's an old PDF barracks built in the lowest levels of the city that's been overtaken by a gang of, well, a gang. They control almost the entirety of the Underhive and have driven the PDF back to Lowtown and established themselves as the undisputed rulers of the sewers. You are to keep contact with them to a minimum. They will shoot you. They will shoot on sight. He said that the name of like where they generally hang out is called the King's Hall. The gang itself is just the Underhive Kings. The facility that you're looking for is Water Filtration Facility 19-W332. The locals commonly call it the Sludge Works.
Water purification going well then.
I mean, you two should know. You drink it.
Yep.
Oh, are you still on this call? Sorry.
No.
Hangs up. Rennick,
Yes.
upon hearing the details of this mission,
Mm-hmm.
you, as someone much more familiar with the local gangs,
Yep.
you know that the Underhive Kings are not only an incredibly influential and powerful gang in the city, they are the reason for the turf war. Not only do they control the entirety of the Underhive, essentially, they are powerful enough that they regularly will make incursions up into Lowtown and attempt to fight and displace all three Lowtown gangs.
Jeez. Okay. When it just kind of blows the air out slowly, goes, well, this will be interesting. Super interesting.
Do I have to come? I really don't like water.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, it's belly water.
That was supposed to make them feel better.
Why would
Fellowship
that?
score is not that high, buddy.
Also, Rennick and Atella, you know that going down into the Underhive requires, at minimum, some kind of rebreather or nose plugs or gas mask, as the air down there is not just hazardous, it is outright toxic. As in, if you breathe it straight, it will kill you in an hour.
I think the last time we did this, we discovered we all had something relatively decent. But Rainick will advise everyone to spend some of their money on a proper gas mask, because rebreathers suck.
Mm-hmm.
Gas mask and respirator are the same thing.
No, the rebreather's the very, very good one. Yes, it is.
Is it?
Yes. The gas mask is not as good. We went through this exact same conversation last time.
Yeah.
We're gonna go through it again. Okay, so we've got filtration plugs, rebreathers, and respirators. A filtration plug is plus 20 bonus to toughness test to resist the effects of gas. A rebreather
It's just you're good.
is a self-contained air supply that lasts for 1 hour and then has to be replaced. Replacement canisters cost 25 thrones, and then a gas mask is plus 30 to toughness test to resist the effects of gas with a free reroll. So gas masks are actually the better one. Unless you're willing to, shell out money for every hour of air you want.
I own a rebreather already with several canisters, so.
How many canisters?
1 in the chamber and 2 spare.
So if we're down there for longer than 3 hours, we die.
No, I also own a gas mask.
Okay, then you're fine.
Yeah.
You just choose to use the rebreather like a punk.
Well, I mean,
Yes,
the
I don't
rebreather
have
is
to
3
roll.
out. Yeah, the rebreather is 3 hours of not having to roll.
I have a respirator.
That is a gas
That's a
mask.
gas
That's a
mask.
gas
You're
mask.
fine.
Same
Right,
thing.
okay.
The tech priests do not have any kind of gas mask or thingy because their lungs are made out of steel and already filter out toxins.
Okay. No,
I've got lungs of steel.
lungs of steel.
Well,
Hey.
and that is where we will end the session for today. Everybody gets a further 200 XP. Rob, remember to purchase the skill for your manipulator mechadendrite. Or else that arm is just gonna not do anything. Actually, hold on. Just for reference here, by the way, the mechadendrite that Argyle has gives him plus 20 to strength test when he's using it, which means that Argyle, with a mechanical crushing arm, is only just as strong as Payday is with her hands.
God damn.
Hot diggity damn.
Payday is fucking jacked.
More strong.
More strong.
Alright,
Payday's
kids,
walking
I'm
around like
headbanging
fucking
'cause it's
Rhea
late.
Ripley.
Good
Good night,
night.
everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night,
Bye.
everybody.
Bye,
Bye,
recording.
recording.
Recording.